Mr. Hisham and Mr. Branco today on a couple of bikes,
Yes,
going to
sir.
see
Yes,
some other
sir.
bikes. So basically, we explore the biker scene of the UAE,
Yes,
and
indeed.
that's what we do. Yeah,
Yep. Let's go.
love it.
Welcome to another episode with the Serb, and I'm too kind, so.
You're too kind. So you know what? People who are gonna watch this, they don't know nothing about us, right?
Nope.
So maybe on this first episode we can fill them up on some of your and my background, who we are, what we do, and why what we say about bikes is like, something you should say amen after.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down for that
Yeah. So
because you people are gonna be with us for a long time.
yeah. Oh man, come on! I'm between these two guys. Fudge me. Okay, I'm coming.
Let's go.
Yeah, my bike doesn't wheelie, man.
Hey.
My bike doesn't wheelie. I see you feeling better, man.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Because I love freaking bikes, man.
Yeah.
So, Serb, go ahead, man. Give him a small intro.
A small intro. Well, small intro is CruisinDXB is not existing anymore. It's dead. Now we are here on two completely different bikes. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
a cruiser guy. Well, I'm not always a cruiser guy, but I love my cruisers.
Yep.
And Hish is a sports bike guy, and he loves his sports bikes more
I don't,
than.
I don't mind a cruise every now and again, I must admit.
Yeah. I'm completely out of sports bikes for a while now. I guess my last sports bike I've owned probably, I'd say, three years ago.
Is it?
And yeah, and I decided, you know what, I'm getting too old for this cramped style. I need something bigger. So I'm at this stage of my life where I like my bikes to be big, man. I
Yeah.
want to be comfortable. I want to be just.
Alright, and you're from where, sir?
So I'm from Serbia, man. And you?
Obviously the Serb.
Obviously, the Serb is from Serbia, right? Well, I'm from Ras Al Khaimah, and I haven't lived in Serbia for well almost half of my life. So, although the mentality is there, I don't really identify a lot with what Serbia is nowadays and everything. I'm a cosmopolitan, man. I lived
Fair enough.
around the world, and I love people and cultures and speak many languages, and this is it. I've been riding motorcycles, well, since I was a kid, basically. But you know what? Where I grew up and how I grew up, we never had like big bikes. We couldn't afford big bikes or got big bikes, so we were riding
Yeah, it was different back then,
little
man.
50
It was all different
cc's,
back
80
then.
cc's. When you get a 350 cc bike, you're like, damn, this is a big bike. I changed a lot of bikes in the days, everything from sports bikes to cruisers. Never had a dirt bike though, and I would love to, man.
You have a good background on bikes. So the viewers can be safe to know that, you know, you're coming with a lot of experience.
Yeah,
So you're going to be sharing a lot of info. So stay tuned, guys.
yeah. Well, I love everything about bikes. I love to work on bikes, to dig through bikes. I love to take them apart. I don't necessarily love to put them back together, man, but I love taking shit apart. Yeah. So tell me something. Today we're gonna go to the Kawasaki showroom in Dubai. It's Liberty Kawasaki,
Yep.
and it's been here for quite a number of years, selling Kawasaki's. And you were on a Kawasaki, right?
Yep. Kawasaki
What is
ZX10R.
it? ZX10R. Which year is it?
This 2018. I bought it last Christmas.
Oh,
Christmas.
last Christmas. Oh, I remember that, man. Oh, it was your Christmas gift to yourself.
Yeah. Remember I wrapped it up and everything?
Yeah. Have you had a Kawasaki before, or no? This is your first one?
No, first Kawi. That's why I really want. The only two bikes I never owned was Cowie and Yamaha.
The only two bikes out of what?
Well, okay, not the only two bikes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly.
Okay, the two Jap bikes.
Two Japanese bikes you have it on. Okay, okay. So you had a Suzuki, and
Yeah,
you
Suzuki,
had
Honda, BMW.
a Honda.
Yeah, I had a Honda 600.
Oh, awesome, man. Which one
Yeah,
was it? CBR, yeah.
CBI. Yeah.
Old one.
Sorry.
Old one.
2007 model.
2007, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Those
got
were.
stolen.
Seriously, where? Here in Dubai?
Yeah, in Jumeirah Village Circle, man.
Shit.
On freaking New Year's Eve, 31st. I think 31st or 30th. My bike got stolen from my house. Never found it again.
Man, that sucked.
So 2 weeks later, I copped a Jigsaw.
And the cops didn't find him? No, you never found it, no?
No, never found it. Yeah.
So tell me, what are we gonna look at Kawasaki? What do you think they got these days?
I have no idea, man. I haven't been. I'll tell you what. We can look at that RR that they have. Oh my God.
The double R, yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't know if they have the H2. Where'd you go? I'm looking for you, man. Where'd you go?
I'm right here, sir.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
Okay, guys. We're at Kawasaki.
Do you know what this is, man?
To be honest, bro, no.
This is
I don't go this way back on bikes.
this is GP's. This is the mother of all sports bikes, man. This is the first bike that ever came out that actually had this kind of fairings, plastics, and everything. Inline 4 DOHC 16 valve, 900cc of pure power Ram Air. Ram Air was actually kind of invented by Kawasaki. It is this huge intake of air that when you go faster, you get more intake pressure into the inlet, so you get actually more power. Yeah. No, no, but really, do you have any demos? Do you have this one? Versys 1000. I would love to try that one, man. And this baby, how much does it sell for now?
We can go now if you want.
Huh? 54. Man, it's right on par with the Honda, the Honda, the CB 1000. Yeah, it's like, it looks good in black. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you honestly, this is so far from all the color schemes they made, I like this one the most. Yeah. It looks really good in black. This is a brand new bike off the showroom floor, right?
Yeah.
So people go ahead and they try and test the bike, and they're like, oh, all right, you know, I'm gonna test the bike, and then they go and they change exhaust and stuff, and nobody cares about suspension. But for example, I'm gonna sit on this bike now. I'm tiptoeing. I'm not low. When I load it, you see how much it sags in the back,
it drops
but
a
not
lot.
in the front. Not in the front, which means
Go and do that.
means
Do
what?
that again. Stand up.
Which means the rear is super soft,
Yeah.
and the front
No.
is super firm. So first of all, you need to adjust the suspension and see what's
Yeah.
going on. Now I know that the load is going to be different when I'm riding and I'm on the front, but still, even when I load it, the front.
No, you
has a
can
hard
tell
time.
it's stiff. You can
Yeah,
tell
it
it's stiff.
has a hard time pushing.
What's
down.
this? A 250? Yeah. Yeah, 250. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is adjustable.
Yeah.
for-
This is the 450.
So adjustable for preload and compression.
So we've just grabbed the bike from Kawasaki.
Yep.
Tell them which
Take it
bike.
for a ride. Kawasaki Versys 1000.
Okay. If you don't know what that bike looks like,
Let's hook up.
there it is.
So Kawasaki came up with a very new Versys for a 2019-2020 model SC Plus, which is now the top of the range adventure kind of street-oriented traily. And now, apart from this amazing four-cylinder that is also in the Kawasaki Z1000 and the Z1000 SX, oh man, this bike is so quiet, man.
Oh yeah, stock
And
exhaust, stock everything.
I'll be happy to compare it with my Triumph.
So is this a direct, like, competitor, would you say? Oh man, you look comfortable on that bike, I
I
must
am
say.
comfortable on this bike. It's not just the look. It's not just the look. No, I love these kind of bikes. Like this is totally my style. This is something that I feel very at home at.
That's
And
my style oh, what is this guy doing?
he's trying to park.
When I did Europe and stuff like that, man, I loved being on these bikes.
Yeah.
Cause you want to be comfortable, you know?
Yeah. It just eats miles, man. Eats miles, and you don't feel them. You can keep going for hours at a time,
Yeah.
without thinking anything. This engine is mighty smooth, man. Mighty
You go
smooth.
ahead, bro.
Yeah. We're gonna go to the petrol station first,
Yeah,
yeah?
it's not a bad number plate. 91661.
Yeah.
Two
I
repetitive
think I
numbers.
think these things matter only in the UAE, man.
Yeah.
It's like a nice phone number, man.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, nobody even remembers phone numbers anymore. Like it feels super light and super low. Like for a bike like this, I feel the seat height is very low, and my Triumph is kind of taller,
A
and
lot higher, huh?
the suspension is a bit firmer than I would have expected before I
Here,
started
you wanna go?
riding.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pass out front. Let's wait for you
Here,
to
stop in front of me here if you want.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see how difficult it is to find neutral. Yeah, neutral. It wasn't difficult at all.
How many, usually brand new bikes is very difficult, isn't it? How
Uh,
many kilometers has that bike done?
8,000.
8,000.
8,000, which is not little for a demo bike, but it's not a lot either.
The key lock for this, I think I might dropped it.
Where? It's
I
not with
think it,
your.
I think I might flew out unless I left it at home.
It's
How
not
do
with
I
your.
undo this? I need to twist.
Wait. I got something. Wait. Let's try with this. And which way?
Other way. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
I hope I didn't lose him. Hi, boss. Full super.
Rurok comes to the rescue. Yeah.
Is that Rook?
Yeah. This is Atlas. This is a little key to take off the visor, and I don't know this what it's for.
Sick.
So 2 Kawasaki's now, yeah.
Yes, sir.
2 Kawis, a mama and a teenager that had some Viagra. Like, oh man. No, this very much looks like my Triumph. Only it's got
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
it's got some extra power on its side because this one has, if I'm not mistaken, around 140 horsepower, unlike my Triumph, which is in 120
Yeah,
kind of
but
range.
your Triumph is how old?
Uh, 10 years, but
Well,
eh,
I mean,
whatever.
what are you comparing that to?
I'm just looking at the same engine in a different use, at the Kawasaki Z1000 SX
Mm.
and the Z1000. Actually, it's the Ninja 1000 SX and the Z1000. This is exactly the sports tourer. This is the new age sports tourer, the hybrid with an ADV. Back in the days, sports tourers were, Hayabusa, and
Yeah.
this was a sports tourer, a BMW R1200 RT. Yeah, it has a very decent pickup, very smooth, um, very smooth. No joltiness, no jerkiness, and it feels very linear. Like the weight of this bike, although it feels kind of big, it's very relaxed.
It doesn't feel heavy, does it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Like it.
Which is what you need from a kind of sports tourer bike
Yeah.
because when you're touring
Yeah, you
Europe or
can
whatever,
stand on it easily.
it's mostly
Bounce,
corners and everything like that. So you don't want something like so heavy it's just kind of
Yeah.
dragging on the corner or whatever.
No, definitely not, man. Who would want that?
And it's like we're playing Dodge the car or something, you know?
Yeah. This is the game. The name of the game is Dodge the Car.
The Caddy showroom is here, right?
It is, yep.
Yeah.
They got 20% off on 2018 models summer sale.
So Kawasaki.
I think it feels like it has a slipper clutch because I feel very little kickback from downshifts.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm rev matching, but for no reason whatsoever. Oh man, this is such an easy bike to ride. I could live with this bike. Totally could live with this bike. This windscreen is adjustable, and I don't know how it looks fairly complicated. Take care, man. This is where you ride. You ride in the third lane. Yeah. Oh, buddy. Most definitely, yeah, definitely got a slipper clutch. How do you feel the slipper clutch? You feel the slipper clutch when you downshift from fifth to third, and your bike doesn't lock up. Yeah, and this is how you test it.
Yeah.
This is how you
So
test
if
it.
you're not on the ground,
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's a different idea of what the heavy bike is than some people. Like some people would call it 200
I I guess you're comparing to your
to my
maybe
Guzzi.
cruiser. Yeah. Well, I mean, what does this bike weigh? You reckon around what?
This bike that I'm sitting on now is probably somewhere around 240.
240. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah,
mine's around 200. So for me, I would consider that as a bit heavy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but compared to, for example, a GS or I don't think you would compare this bike to the GS. What's the other model from BMW? Like
No, no,
between.
you can compare this to the GS. You can compare this to the GS most definitely. It's the same type of bike. It's a traily, big, whatnot, the mile muncher. You can definitely compare it to the GS. Now
Okay.
it doesn't have all the bells and whistles the GS has. Well, not this one I'm riding, but the one we saw in the showroom that has the traction control, the electronic suspension, and it has more power than the GS.
Yeah.
The big boxer has an early on torque, very linear torque, and with the new variable valve timing, what they call it, I forgot, on the BMW, it gets even more torque from early on. Well, as I was saying, one thing I found super weird about this bike, and it does not have a temperature gauge. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
it's a four-pod water-cooled bike. It should have a temperature gauge.
It should, man. It's massive. It's not like they're trying to save weight or something.
Versys 1000 is an old man's bike, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, a 20-year-old's not gonna go buy this bike, bro.
No, definitely. It's
I'll,
not gonna pick up any chicks in this, yeah?
I'll be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Just yeah, I look good, don't I?
But I
No.
mean, it's not for that. I mean,
No, it's not an ugly bike, but it's there's nothing sexy about it. Like,
no,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. But it looks comfortable as hell. It
Oh
looks
man,
comfortable as hell.
I gotta tell you something. I feel comfortable posture-wise, but to be honest, it's not as comfortable as I would have wanted. The suspension is firmer than we think. Let's go straight a little bit.
Where?
Let's straight.
Really?
Yeah.
So, sir,
So,
how is the seat? Is it comfortable?
man, the seat is like a wooden plank. Like now, when I was doing the U-turn, and I just gave a little bit of extra gas, and it's like I felt my front wheel getting light like that.
All right.
And
So, conclusion. Tell me power, comfort level, maneuverability, and looks.
all right, comfort, 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind it being a little softer and the seat being a little softer.
Okay.
Speed, ample, man. I feel like speed-wise, this bike has all the power you will ever need. Even power, even torque. Look at now. We are gonna do a roll on. I'm sixth gear. Okay,
You're
I'm in
sixth.
sixth gear. Yeah. Look at this.
Okay. Not bad. Not
No,
bad.
you can feel the pickup. It doesn't
Yeah.
fly off. But I'm in sixth gear.
There's
Going.
there's no loss of torque or anything.
No, they're going 80. Yeah.
Let's try this. Let me put it in six, and we both just pull up. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
let this car go a little bit further. Yeah. We're doing a roll on sixth gear, going
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
Take care. Yeah. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, pump.
Look at that, people. See the torque? Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go. That's
yeah.
the difference.
Talk about the clickbait, man. This is a hook, man. It cannot compare to the power of the BMW, and it cannot compare to the power of the Super Duke,
I would say all the looks of the BMW.
and it cannot compare to the power of the Honda either. The looks, I would put it probably. Yeah, it's not the best of the.
So yeah,
of the
we're
bunch,
talking
yeah.
about the looks. I would say
We're talking
BMW
about the
looks better.
It's definitely.
KTM looks better.
Yeah, things are messed up.
But I think where this bike will defeat the other bikes is the price tag.
Oh, this is absolutely and most definite.
So, in conclusion,
In
Mr. Seb,
conclusion, this bike is a really good piece of kit, excellent value for money if you don't care about looks.